What's some advice that you would give to someone in jiu-jitsu, but also in life about how to live that kind of life that you're talking about, where it's like the more you do stuff that you like, the more you develop that soul. But yeah, what advice would you give someone on how to live a good life? Maybe also like how to become a good jiu-jitsu practitioner, but also like...
Well, I'm trying that.
So yeah,
I
so
don't know much about it. Yeah.
The fact that you're trying, the fact that you do 6 days a week, bro, that's like...
Yeah, it's hard.
That's, you learn some shit after a while about that,
But I feel like just train. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to go, even doing it shit is better than not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you go in there and get mauled by everyone, it's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And yeah, keep going. Keep finding whatever makes you smile. Do you know what I mean? Like I like my cats because like they would be doing the silliest thing. Like there's nothing going on in their head, and like it's so goofy, and I'll smile. Like that will bring me joy. You know what I mean? That's the same energy like a little child brings in when she enters the room, and like everyone's a bit silly. Like find these things. What are these things for you? Do you know what I mean? What's gonna make you look in life and like for a second you forget everything that's going on wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can actually smile genuinely. You're like, wow, this is the beauty of life.
I love that. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Jeoffrey Sarpong podcast.
Oh yes.
What are you saying?
What's up?
How you doing, Pier?
Yeah, amazing, man.
Yeah?
Knackered.
Let me get you situated properly.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. But yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm not used to having something that close to my mouth, you know what I mean?
You might, but you have to get used to it.
You're the pro here, bro.
I'm not thought about it like that. Yeah. But anyway, let's start it properly. That's a crazy way to start. But it's good. What are you saying, Pier?
All good, mate.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yeah, amazing, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's good, man. So obviously we know each other from jiu-jitsu, and I thought I'd get you on here to talk a little bit more about jiu-jitsu and other things.
Of course.
And so thank you for joining me today.
Man, thank you for the roles yesterday. You were there. Come on, you're always there.
Nah, dude, you're literally always there. So that's super impressive. But anyway, okay, let's start properly. I wanted to start the first question I wanted to ask, and I've always wondered this: who do you think is the best fighter of all time, both real and not real? So like anyone that's real or not real. When you were growing up, when you were thinking, who did you look up to as like the greatest fighter of all time?
Excluding me?
Excluding yourself.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Maybe you. I think you. Jeffrey, man. His nickname at the gym is, what is it? Duracell.
Come on, Energizer.
Man, he's got so much energy, always picking up the pace with us. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it's you. Like,
well, apart from me or you?
I think anyone could be the best fighter in the world, bro.
Talk to
I think like the idea is, you can't look at it like that. Like everyone's got their niche. Like everyone can be, how do we call it in jiu-jitsu? Like specialist. Like if a guy's good at arm bars, like, and then another guy's good at knee bars, and you're a student of jiu-jitsu, you want to like be good at it. You need to go to these guys to find out like what do they actually do. You know what I mean? It's not like you can point out a certain guy for the whole martial art.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's so many little games inside the jiu-jitsu that like you could say like Gordon Ryan, and then you'd be like, yeah, cool, but like what has he achieved in the gi? Do you know what I mean? Done a little bit, but like he didn't do like 10 years of like,
he's not Roger Gracie.
He's not Buchecha, he's not like Leandro Lodge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you could also argue these guys haven't done much in Nogi.
Nogi, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like,
it's hard to say one. Okay, I think when I asked the question, I was thinking more like Bruce Lee. I was thinking more like fictional characters where we can look at.
These are fictional. Like they're not real.
They're not real. So you can't really put them in.
Because like I think that's one thing that makes like our martial art not be look good, as good as like kung fu and stuff, because like there's not many moves about a guy doing jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, he pulls guard. And
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It doesn't look the same, does
yeah,
it?
it doesn't look the same. It's not that dramatic.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But even though like some jiu-jitsu done good, it can look very nice, but it's not all of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like-
100%. I think especially like for me, right, when I see people fighting no gi and I just
Yeah.
see them grappling each other, like, because especially I think once you start learning what they're doing,
Yeah.
you start seeing like the techniques they're using and how someone will slip out of a technique before someone else can get the choke in, and you're like, it becomes more exciting that way, innit? Like, but like you were saying, it doesn't look as like impressive as fucking Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
like, you
for
know.
who doesn't know? Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for the normal public, it doesn't look as exciting.
For you, what was okay, let's start at the beginning then. What was your first introduction to the martial arts? Was it like watching it as a kid? Was it like fighting it yourself? Or?
Kind of. Like I remember like being very young and seeing like a punching bag in one of my like in my house there in Brazil, my grandma's house. And then like found out like some people of my family was like a trainer or whatever. I started getting interested in it. And then my uncle found out my uncle's judoka, so like he used to do judo since he was 9.
Oh wow!
So like I found out there was like lots of gis, like judo gis in my house.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll have my friends over and we put them on, and like we had some little mats as well. And then we play. No training,
just
but
like fucking around.
Just like trying to rip each other's head off. Yeah, with gis, but like.
Would you do
Didn't
like grips?
know. Yeah, but like, I ain't got a clue. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. We were just playing.
Yeah.
And like me and these friends, we kept going, like kept doing this kind of stuff. But like, I never like trained properly. Like I did a session, and then I was like, because in Brazil it was very expensive. Like a gi would be like 300 quid. So like if I wanted like a jiu-jitsu gi, because all I had was a judo gi, I'd have to ask my friend. And I was always very like conscious about
the money,
price and stuff.
I know. I was saying,
I didn't want to ask my family for that.
Dude,
like,
see, I was that for football shoots. I would never want to like, even though I knew I wanted to.
Exactly,
like,
man. Like, there's no point. No point.
But wait, so when you you were introduced to kind of like you said, like were you doing judo or were you just like you?
I've done a few one class judo when I lived in Italy because like that was the closest things to jiu-jitsu. But like my uncle, he when he came back from America, he was he did jiu-jitsu there for 6 years as well. So then he would always like play with me and show me like, oh, this is what you do when the guy does this. So like I knew guillotines, I knew like rear naked chokes, very young age. But then as soon as I got to here, I found Vinny, and then.
So that was when you first started.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you
like
properly...
I've been like at least 5 days a week, every week since then.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's so impressive. So 5 days a week, you said. I wanted to find out also what motivates you to train. So like the reason I'm asking that question, obviously you go training all the time and it's very tiring, obviously. And it's like, you know, like it's like mentally you have to always like, I don't know if you have this, mentally you have to always kind of convince yourself to go.
Yeah.
And then it's like tiring, but like you still do it. So for people out there that find how to motivate themselves to go training every day, what motivates you to train? How do you do it all the time?
I feel like for me it's way easier because like since a young age I always done football. So like I would be like 5 days a week doing football. My dad always like said like, oh yeah, at least you gotta do a sport. And like so like till I was 14, since I was 4, like 10 years of football. And then like I started gym later on, and then jiu-jitsu came along. So like, I always had this like, it was like my culture to do these things. So I don't find it that hard. But also like knowing that I'm going to get to the gym and I'm going to train, like I train, like now I've been training 6 times a week for the past year or 2, 6 times a week. And now for the last 3 weeks, I haven't rested yet. I've been 3 weeks. Like this is the like the middle of the 3rd week that I've been in a row without rest. Just training. And like we'll see where that goes.
How do you get over your physical tiredness when you're in that mode of like continual training?
Man, there's no time, like for me at least, because like that's my job as well. Because I also teach there. I'll have to be there on the day anyway. So like, I'd rather be there as well for myself and get better
Yeah.
than just like help people get better. You know what I mean? And like I have a dream. I have a dream that one day I might become like world champion, European champion,
100%,
Pan American champion,
100%.
all the champions like
all of you,
you
sweet.
know what I mean?
You just see all of the
Yeah,
titles,
if
bro.
I could do that, like if there's one guy that's put in the time, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm there. Like now I'm gonna start this 7 week. It's like 7 times a week thing.
Yeah.
Let's see who's training more than me. We'll see
That's
that.
true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Like if it's actually 1+1, then I should be getting.
100%
you know what I mean?
agree, bro. I think it's like, and you're all right. It's like putting the 10,000 hours. Like, you know,
Exactly.
to be a master at anything, you have to put in the hours, and that's
Exactly.
nothing can replace that. You know.
Yeah.
Someone might.
And it doesn't matter if you're like bad at it. Like
if you do it
with the
enough.
time, with the amount of time that you're just gonna get over being bad at it.
And also, if you're smart, like, you know what I mean, like you do it a couple of enough times where you'd be like, okay, I can see where I'm going wrong,
Yeah, exactly.
and you start tweaking a little bit. And if you do it for like 10 years, like,
but I feel like for jiu-jitsu, that turning point can be activated way sooner with the competition.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because like if you throw someone, because I did an experiment, like I had a few guys that trained with me, like new white belts, and they had like a month. Some of them had a month of training. And they're like, yeah, let's do this competition, blah, blah. Just throw them in. Like, they don't know no submissions. They don't know what they're doing there. They haven't got a clue. But, like, you throw them in there, and they get the feeling of a guy, like, trying to, like, rip your head off, trying to rip your arm out. You're like, Jesus, I need to wake up. Like, this is actually dangerous.
Yes, this is real.
Yeah, this is happening.
Yes.
So, like, I need to find a way. And then when you lose, or, like, sometimes they win.
Yeah.
So they get that feeling. Like, I find it good because, like, jiu-jitsu, you have, like, more than one fight at least on the day.
Yeah,
so, like, I find the best experience is the guy that, like, let's say he wins one and then loses one in the same day. Do you know what I mean?
That was me,
Because he gets both of the feelings.
That was me. Yeah, that's my first time.
How was that?
So my first time, it's crazy you're saying that because you're right. Like when I got there, it was like, okay, the atmosphere is what you notice. It's like it's real. Like you get there, it's like tension.
Yeah.
People are always fighting. So straight away you can see people fighting, people going off. You can see the kind of aggression that's going on.
Yeah,
and
emotions, right?
And then when you get in, like they call your name, you're like, okay, cool, fuck up. But you get on the mat, you say, it's like until it starts, it feels like it's a sparring, but when it starts,
not
it's
happening, right? Like it feels like it's not real.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
and then when it starts, you're like, okay, fuck, okay. Like you just, there's always like, because you don't know the person.
The beginning of it is so hard.
Because you're so used to sparring against people that you know what they're gonna do, you know their friends.
And they're gonna be in here, they're like shaking your head. How are you? How is you doing?
But
this guy doesn't care.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even ask your name. He goes straight
trying
in.
to rip your fingers off your hand. Like.
Yeah, and then even like I remember like the first one I ended up winning, but again like even winning you can learn things from.
Yeah, of course.
Because when I was like, okay, no, I was lucky there because
and the feeling of the win, like
that's the idea.
Going out. Yeah, that's the idea. Like you're gonna think like you're gonna chase that your whole life.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to get that again because that's so good.
Yeah, 100%. Just having your hands raised and then it's like that feeling of like coming off and then even when I lost, like the second one I lost, I remember the guy put me in a I think it was like a. It wasn't an arm lock, it was a guillotine. Put me in a guillotine, but it was like the hardest guillotine I've ever felt. Because he was actually going for it. Because it may be inspiring someone to go for it, but they'll
adjust it properly. The guy doesn't care. He's pulling your head before it's locked properly.
And you're like, holy shit. And it's like, even my leg, I felt my leg. He had me in a leg lock. For a couple of days later, I was like, yo, this guy actually nearly took my leg off. Like,
man, it's hardcore, bro.
It's hard. Do you remember your first competition and what that was like? Talk to me about your first what was the experience?
Bro, that was the worst experience of my life. Man, guy pulled guard and triangled me in like 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Yeah, but like, till nowadays, I feel like one of the submissions I'm most confident escaping is triangle. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I lost there, and I was like, Jesus, like, I can't be getting in there. Okay, there's a way I'm not getting in there, but what if I end up there? Like, is that the end? Like, no. Like, jiu-jitsu is infinite, you know what I mean? So, like, there is a way out. You just gotta scramble out, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta do the right things at the right time. And, like, yeah, I found out, like, some good ways of escaping. And that, I feel like that experience of losing made me so much tougher in that aspect. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Okay, let's. I want to start from the. I wanted to get into that, but let's break it down. For first off, how would you explain jiu-jitsu to someone who's never ever been in a gym before? Like, imagine someone who just got to the gym, say Mandela gym. He walks in, he goes, "What the fuck are we doing here? What's jiu-jitsu?" How do you explain it to them?
So like, it's gonna be lots of people, lots of different backgrounds, people that do loads of different things. Like you do podcasts, I do nothing. Like some people,
You're talking about, we're doing a whole podcast of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like some guys like electrician.
Yeah.
Some guys like like I don't know. There's
Some
loads
dads,
of people.
you get some like young guys. Yeah.
And that like it makes a different environment because like everyone's gotta behave in a social way. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't be in the corner like your arms like that. Because like we're gonna come up and try shake your hand, try and be nice to you. Like conversate.
Absolutely.
So like it's a very positive environment. Everyone's gonna get there. We're gonna like shake the hands whoever the professor's there. We're gonna bow before we come in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Gonna try follow the rules. But like that, if it's your first ever time, we're gonna keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Like we're not gonna like scream at you if you don't bow like the first day. Like don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna explain to you. Oh, this is what we do.
This is what we do. Yeah.
And then we're gonna like start with like a warm up, and then like the black belt on the day might show a move, and then from that move he might show something else, and then from that something else you can like put like a specific sparring from that position, and then after that like his mission was accomplished, which is like show people a position, make them try it like in the drill, which is like no one's trying to stop you from doing it, so like you can feel how the position is actually meant to be felt on when it's on properly, and then in the specific you get the chance of like trying when person actually knows you're trying to do it and you're trying to do it at the same time, and that makes it so much harder. Like specific sparring, if you focus on winning on that, you're gonna get so frustrated.
That's
not the sparring for you to focus on winning.
It's so tiring too, because
it's to like exactly that sparring like is for you to this is what he swept me here, this is what I did wrong, okay, need to correct this, and then you're gonna correct that, and then something else will be going, my grip, this is wrong, and then you correct that. That's the idea of it.
100%.
And then the full sparring, which is the most fun
is the most fun part.
Yeah,
people just want to jump in straight into the full sparring. Okay. So even breaking down even further, right? Like, because I'm trying to imagine what like the basics of jiu-jitsu. So me and you are sparring, right? What's something I have to keep in mind when we're sparring? What are you trying to do to me? Is it obviously there's submission, there's like there's point system. Could you try like get a bit more into that? Like if you are sparring with someone, what's your goal? How do you win, and how do you get positions and stuff like that?
Right. So like the first idea when I speak to my like the 4-year-olds, I'll be like, if anything hurts, tap. So like anything. So like if someone's trying to do something to you and that doesn't feel right, just tap. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be a real thing. Like it could be like you're just placing yourself in a weird way and that's hurting you. And like that's what jiu-jitsu is gonna teach you, how to move your body in a like proper way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how to use your whole body for the action.
Yes.
And that's the hardest part, but that's the, if you look at it as a whole, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So like if someone's doing something to you that hurts, tap. Try impose your will over this person. So like they're trying to push you, push them back. They're trying to do something, do it back. And like you'd go through the point systems, like so the point system came from street fighting. So like any points that you get means that you got to a position which you can strike from. So like knee on belly, mount, back, which can be a bit discussed, but the back is not because you can strike. It's more that the guy cannot strike you. Because what he sees is not you, because you're on his back. Do you know what I mean? So it's less likely for you to get struck. And guard passing, because you get away from the legs because people can up kick you if you're standing up. Do you know what I mean? Legs are dangerous, so you need to keep it away. So you get points for that. You get points for what else? You get advantages, which is like if you nearly do some of these points, then you can score an advantage, which will like. If a match is 0-0 at the end, someone's got an advantage, that person's going to win.
Is it like half guard, like passing the guard? Like
yeah, the half guard is actually not what gets you the advantage.
Yeah.
It's the crossface. So like if I got into half guard with you and I didn't hug your head and under your arm and held my arms together, I wouldn't get that. Because it's from me pinning your back on the mat.
Okay,
yeah,
fascinating.
Yeah.
What are some of the... So obviously one thing, again, from what I know, some of the weak points that is important to keep in mind is obviously the neck. So obviously protect your neck always. Like, you know, what's some of the other weak like places that is important to keep, like, to protect while you're...
Yeah, they say like always keep your elbows tucked. Protect your neck. Yeah, like you don't want to be giving your feet because people can jump on your feet as well. Yeah.
See, that was the biggest mistake I made when I first started, right? So, like, my journey was obviously, when I first started, I was like, I felt more comfortable on the back.
Yeah.
I felt more, because obviously I didn't know how to do any submissions. I was like, okay, you come and then I can figure a way around it. But by doing that, maybe I'd like extend my knee and then someone would just grab it and straight like knee lock or leg lock, you know?
Yeah.
That was what, at the beginning, I struggled to mentally get over. Like, you know, instinctively I would like throw my knee out to kind of like push them away and then straight into leg lock. What was it like for you? What
this is all part of the process though. Like this is the idea. Like, because like you're coming into sparring for you to get these problems and for you to sort them out. It's like a little competition. Competition amplifies that to like 100.
Where it's like if you do it, you lose.
Exactly. And you're in front of like 50 people. Like your mom is there recording you. Like you're losing and stuff.
You get leg lock straight away.
And you told that before, Mom, even if I'm losing, keep recording. Yeah.
And then you just see yourself get leg locked immediately.
It's the worst feeling. Yeah. But yeah, you need these small losses in the beginning. In the beginning, can be quite frustrating in jiu-jitsu. Like the first 5 months, I would say.
Dude.
So hard.
I think that's the biggest. I think also that's why the people that stay are good people. Because like if you come and you're like having ego, that'll get beaten out of you quick. Because you lose all the time.
Yeah, man.
Like it takes like 6 months to even like not get submitted in a sparring session.
And bro, if you train enough, you will get subbed. Because it's just a matter of percentage.
Yeah, literally.
What? So you saying your 100% submission rate? That's like Gordon Ryan's like 82 in a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can you say you're 100%
even the best
submission rate in the gym? That doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? But as a beginner, that's gonna be. It could be the opposite way though. It could be the 100% losing. Yeah.
You just lose like for a whole year.
That can definitely happen.
You never learn. You just give up.
That could happen.
Okay, cool. Talk to me more about your journey then, obviously. Like, we're talking about from when you first started going to the jiu-jitsu, the gym with Vinny.
Just like you, I like staying on my back as well if I'm more comfortable because I'm lazy. Like, more comfy. But I also felt like I wasn't confident enough to be like on top of someone and trying to
do the submissions. You
always felt like I don't have the strength for that yet. So I learned all the bottom stuff first. I not all of it because I don't know all of it, but like I learned most of the survival skills. On the bottom.
Were you quick? What was your advantage straight? Like, what did you notice was something that you had an advantage in immediately?
Oh, like I was all right in submissions from the closed guard, but that's just because we used to practice that loads. Because at the time, Vinny, like in our gym, there was loads of lower belts, so like blues and whites. So like Vinny always showed lots of fundamentals, which is great. So like we always closed guard submissions and stuff. So I was alright at that. But like I only started doing guard passing my like first year blue belt. You know what I mean? So like 2 years in the white belt, playing only on my back, and then at blue belt I started realizing maybe I should start coming up. So like that takes ages. That confidence build up, and
That
that's
takes long,
someone
yeah.
doing 5 times a week.
Yeah. So
You
you
know what I mean?
condensed like 5 years of experience.
Exactly,
basically.
man.
Yeah. What were some of the things that you struggled with? That I mean, you talk about obviously like the guard passing, but like
Yeah.
when it came to that competition, how did you like mentally turn it on? What was some of the stuff that was difficult for you mentally?
Man, because of the football, we did loads of football matches as well. But like, it's a little bit different because of the fear aspect. Like the football match, you get the excitement for it. Little bit of fear, sometimes little bit of fear, but like jiu-jitsu match is like proper fear.
Because it's like one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one. Like if
Yeah.
you lose, it was your mistake.
It was your mistake. You can't blame the keeper.
And you can't lie. Like everyone's recording it. Like it literally happened. What happened? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like, I feel like once you do, let's say like, because like in a competition you fight twice. So like, let's say after you like 4 of them, you get used to it. Like it's not something like too crazy. Even you see the kids, some kids are like smiling outside, like can't wait to get in to fight. Do you know what I mean?
Like crazy kids. Yeah. No, but I do think it's I think also like I think for me what was really good to get used to was sparring. Because like when you start sparring is when you start falling in love with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Because when you start like it's live and you go in and then like you have a good sparring session, like those good like when you face someone like around your same like level, maybe they're like they also start the same as you, and then you give like a good round, and afterwards you just say they're like yes, like you give them a hug. You know, those are the moments you're like
It's a crazy connection, right? Like the camaraderie that comes off of that is
it's crazy. Because the minute ago you was trying to fucking choke you and break your leg, but you understand that
But you can't think of anything bad during that because like that's what we're literally training here. Like a minute ago when I was trying to choke you in the drill, you said, "Oh no, here it feels a bit loose, make it a bit tighter." And then when we spar, you don't want me to do that adjustment. Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen.
Yes.
And then you can't be.
It can't be. But you're 100% right. It is that camaraderie that you kind of. What is that actually? Talk to me a little bit more about that. What is that like? Because for me, I hadn't found that. Because I did football too, so I had a similar thing for my team. Most of my friends, we did it for like 10 years, so we all kind of grew up together. But the gym is different. When you're in the gym, jiu-jitsu gym, with all these different people, different age group, that was also one thing. What do you talk to me about, like that kind of aspect of the jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I feel like in football, it's not that tight together because you're doing stuff like you passing the ball around, but you're not actually putting your friend in danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes like if you have a heel hook, it's the same as you have a gun pointed to my head. Do you know what I mean? Like you can literally damage me for like 2 years. I can't properly walk. Yeah. Like the camaraderie that comes off of like me holding on, looking at you in the face, and like being, bro, are you gonna tap? You're not gonna tap. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's on. Is it on?
Like, it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. 100%. Okay. Talk to me. So you were mentioning about competitions. I want to get into competitions. Now that we kind of set like the basis of like what jiu-jitsu is and how people get into it and what it's like sparring and stuff.
Yeah.
What is it like when you go to a competition and you're about to start? So I want to both talk about the mental aspect of it, like what your thoughts are, and also like the physical aspect of it, like what your techniques are and stuff like that, what you try to go for. So first with the mental aspect. So before a fight, are you thinking about strategy or tactics, or like thinking about what you want to do to the opponent, or you just kind of like just trying to keep as clear-headed as possible?
Like that's a good question. Like it's like every competition is a competition. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so different, and I'm a blue belt still. Do you know what I mean? Blue belt 3 stripes. Like it's not like I've mastered it. Like I feel like you only have property to talk about certain things when you're like black belt level, and then you're at the top there, you're trying to win the world championship black belt level, then you're ready to say, oh yeah, do this, do that. Do you know what I mean? But what works for me before the competition is like, I'll think about, am I going to pull guard or am I going to take down? But I feel like that's just a thing for me to focus on, other than like, oh, am I going to be on weight? Is the guy tall? Is the guy short? Is the guy got long arm, got short arms? Is the guy got long leg, short leg? Is the guy guard puller? Is the guy
You
guy
don't
that's
think
gonna
about
take
him at
down?
all. You just think about
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. There's so many for me to think of that if I just think, well, what's the first thing that I could do in the fight? Oh, I could pull guard or I could take down. So I'll think that like, but this weekend I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take down everyone. Got there, soon shook hands. I saw our hips are too low. I'm like, I need to pull guard here. Poof, pull guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a thing that is actually gonna happen
In the moment.
Yeah, in the moment you need to make a different
Yeah,
decision sometimes. It's not a certainty thing.
Yeah.
But like another thing that I'm seeing, like this time I nailed it in what food to bring. But like it's a you thing because you know what you eat during the day and stuff. So like I know if I like this time I got there I had so like the things I had in mind was I need salt, I need sugar, and I need hydration. So like I got like some chips, I got like a chocolate bar or whatever, and then I got some drink. Do you know what I mean? I knew I couldn't have anything too heavy, cause like, you know, I don't know if you experienced this.
I did experience it last time, yeah. The minute
But like
you get
when
there,
you
you're like...
fight, when the minute you get to the place, bro, you want to go toilet.
Immediately. You're like,
For like,
I need to do it before.
but it's not just for peeing. It's for like both things. You know what I mean? Because your body's actually in fight mode. You know you're gonna fight someone.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have the least weight on you, that's the best you are. Do you know what I mean? And your body's trying to sometimes get you out of the situation as well. Do you know what I mean? And that will all play psychology with you. So like, there's certain ways for you to trick your body around it. Do you know what I mean? I did. I had the salt, I had the sugar.
Eating the right types of food. And then...
If I had like a protein, do you know what I mean? I might have to go toilet.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100% right. It's mad because again, it's something you learn through your first couple of competitions, but something I definitely learned. I always talk about the people at the gym. And I was like, yeah, man, I think I need to figure out how like my food, because I know the fact like when I went there thinking, oh, I'll just eat in the morning and then I'll be fine. Then as soon as, especially when you're it gets pushed back later on in the day, you're just sitting there like anxious but also hungry because you don't want to eat because you know that you have to fight. So it's all of that just like figuring out like that kind of like like the nutritions and all that is also very interesting.
I feel like if jiu-jitsu, if you look at it, it's figuring out how you work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Completely.
On so many levels.
How you work with your food, how do you work with your sleep, how do you work with your body, do you know what I mean?
And also how you work,
to use it.
How you work in certain situations.
The machine,
so how are you when someone's got you in a fucking...
Exactly.
And then like you calm or do you panic?
Exactly.
Like what are you going to do? Like, you know... on that actually, how do you think jiu-jitsu has helped you handle like pressure and like obviously like, you know, being in certain positions like, you know, disadvantages in a competition, especially for me, especially for sparring, I used to panic. I used to be like so excited, was trying to get out immediately when someone would have me in a choke instead of relaxing and then waiting to see what would happen. You know,
the hand fight.
So like for you, what was that for you? Like, and also like give some advice on how people can handle being in like bad positions.
I feel like this comes off like being a white belt in jiu-jitsu, because being a white belt in jiu-jitsu is gonna mean people is gonna use you as a puppet. So like the blue belts, some of them like the purples, they're trying their new things on you. So because you're that useless, like you can't do that much. Your body hasn't learned that much. So like that would be the moment that you're gonna figure these things out. But the only way for you to figure them out is going through them. Like it's not like I can give you a certain recipe. Relax, because sometimes you can't relax. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes
if he really got the choke on, you gotta like grip it, turn on one way, try get it. Do you know what I mean? You can't say you gotta relax all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's a hard one, but I feel like the white belt is gonna prepare you for that.
100%. I'm learning that now. I think that's the best part about it. It's the most fun too because you learn so much every session, but you also try not to get demotivated because you know like you're facing everyone else like who's like you know higher belt than you. You have you obviously you think you've got a chance, and sometimes you know you do well, but then it's like you just know like if they turned it on, if they really like wanted to, they could like you know finish that position quicker. Okay, so outside of training, is there anything that you do to stay in shape? Is it like do you focus on like like cardio? Like, do you like lift weights in order to like, or do you do it for competition? How do you? What's the physical side for you?
For me, it works a lot different because like my routine is very different from a normal person routine. So like, I'll train Sunday midday. I'll train Monday in the evening. But like in between these, I'm doing classes. I'm teaching. So like people are using my body to do stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all like tweaking and stuff. So like I'm getting hurt all these times. So my body needs to regenerate. So like everything I do outside of jiu-jitsu, I've seen that like damages me. Do you know what I mean? So like anything I do more, that's gonna damage me. But because I'm doing a lot of jiu-jitsu, so like sometimes I'll train like yesterday because was it yesterday or like Monday? Monday because this kid's half term. I got there at 4 p.m. I trained till 9. Like the whole time just training, like no stop.
And your body reacts okay to that?
Exactly, it does. But like I'll have to like have that in mind for my dieting. Like even though my diet is trash, but because I can eat stuff that's like high calorie, because it's gonna literally burn out in 2 hours of.
You're just gonna
and I'm there. Well, I was there like 4 or 5 hours. Do you know what I mean? 2 hours, that's all gone. So like, there's no that much need of looking into my diet as like, is this healthy food? Like, I see it as like the more calorie I can take of this, the better. It's gonna help me.
And in cardio, I know you cycle. Is that like? Do you do that just to get to
the bro. Like if I had a car, I'd be driving a car to the place as well.
I thought like, nah, this guy's really on it. He does cardio. He does this. He does that.
That bike I got for £100 from a crackhead somewhere in London, bro. Like, I'm gonna use that instead of paying the 200 quid tube. Do you know what I mean?
Fairs, bro. She was crazy. But no, I mean, the side effect, it doesn't help you cardio. I'm guessing. You know, cycling and to and back from.
Yeah, but like to be honest, I don't even sweat the way. Because I'll not like be cycling crazy. Because I know if I keep a certain pace, I'll get there in 45 minutes. So I'll just keep that pace forever. I'll not be going crazy. So I'll literally not sweat.
Taking your time.
I'll get there and not sweat at all.
Okay. How do you, if you had to assess yourself as an athlete, right? What are some of your biggest advantages? I don't want to get disadvantages in it because someone might watch this, but like stuff crazy. that you know that you're getting better at, not disadvantage, but stuff that you're getting better at and you're starting to figure out. But yeah, what's some of your biggest advantages and stuff that
as an athlete,
like
performance-wise,
like performance-wise.
Yeah, that's a good question. So like. Yeah, as long as you don't post this before I fight that guy. So he's like, this guy's shit at this. Okay, I'm gonna get him.
His practice is just that.
Exactly. I feel like I need to get a lot better on my pressure from the top. So I feel like being a light guy, me being like properly positioned in a way that like my whole body, there's not a single mistake, not a single wrong tweak of my body, because otherwise the guy's gonna throw me up. Do you know what I mean? Like that's something I need to.
So how do you do that? How do you make sure you do
drilling? You drill. You get like, because it's all about what I've seen about the drill is because everyone's got a different body. So like imagine today I'm drilling with you. You're shorter than me. You're lighter than me, and then tomorrow I drill with someone that's like twice your size, twice your weight. The way I tweak my body around you and the way I tweak my body around him is completely different. So like the most bodies I go through doing that, the more experienced I'll be in a different shape. Yeah, exactly. So like then when I'm in a fight, my body's gonna realize how to react to that type of body specific. You know what I mean?
How much of jiu-jitsu do you think is an instinct and how much do you think is conscious?
Listen, if it's in fighting, if it's in the competition, it's all instinct.
You think so?
Yeah, because I remember my fight way more from the phone. Like I can remember my fight from the phone, me watching the phone, how my fight went. But the fight going there, I don't remember much of it. I can see it.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember my thoughts
just
during
can't
it
just, like,
because it's
move.
just like so much of like analyzing what the guy is doing and you following it around. You don't have time. If you stop to think, it's already too late. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So like yeah, I feel it's so instinct, but that how we're gonna achieve that like through training. Like if you show up 5 times a week and
That's
put
like,
in the work,
Yeah, 100%.
your body's gonna realize that's the usual. Like you gotta go through this.
No, 100%. I agree. I think that's where I'm getting to now, where I'm starting to realize more instinct. So I have to trust my instincts too when I'm inspiring too, because it's like at certain points, even if you think sometimes you just don't even have the words to explain it to yourself, but you know, oh, if I do this, I get out of it. Or if I do this, it helps me do the move quicker. You know, I think especially for a white belt, defensive moves.
Yeah.
Being in defensive all the time. That's why sometimes I face someone, I'm like, I just got to make sure I get through the round without being submitted.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even about getting the technique. It's not even about, it's just like...
Because you know this person's going to destroy you.
It's going to destroy you. It's coming, and then they're going to come in for you the whole time. You know, so it's
that's
about...
the white belt experience, bro.
Literally, like, you
yeah, I went through it.
I can see everyone has to go through it, yeah. But no, it's true. And it's like, I think that's what makes it really interesting too, because you face some people and you're like, okay, cool. If I can just get through this 5-minute round or 6-minute round, and then sometimes you get close and sometimes you're like, fuck, and you get angry with yourself because of a mistake that you make, knowing that I could have got out of that if I didn't make that mistake back there.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's how you learn, isn't it? Like, gotta go.
I think, because I'll talk about this to my friend too. It's like, there's things in jiu-jitsu where it's like it's like chess almost, right? It's like you could have stopped it 3 moves ago, but because you didn't, 2-3 moves later, you're in a position where you just have to wait until it submits you.
You need a weird angle for it to escape.
Yeah. So you gotta wait and like, how do you get better at that? Like figuring out how.
I feel like it's to understand like what happened there is because you got fewer options, but that doesn't mean you don't have options. Just mean you got less. And like for you to time the proper one and the guy to, because like let's say you got 2 options and the guy knows you only got 2 options from there. If he can time it better than you're gonna end up losing. I'm saying, because the guy is always trying to win.
Yeah.
That's what most people don't remember. Like, the guy is always trying to do everything to win.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you can't think of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the competition. Like I was thinking this time, I'm gonna go. I want to do, if I can do, close guard and omoplatus from close guard. But what did that mean on the day? Or I've realized after it. Every time I was searching for those things, the person saw by my body, like how my body was positioned, that I was going for those things. So the antagonist of that move showed up. So like, let's say I'm looking for that closed guard, didn't appear, but a triangle. Like I could catch a half a triangle there, boom, and stay there a little bit, and then the guy go out, and then I'm trying to close again, and he realized, start putting his feet in, and then I'm going to his feet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff is gonna happen because of that. If you show exactly where you want to go, the guy is gonna stop it.
Yeah. So always always be aware that you could try to go for something, or even like, don't even go for anything. Just kind of see in the moment what's the best available option. So like you can't just be like, I'm just gonna go for a triangle. It's like, I'm okay. His legs there, I go for the leg. You know, instead of like I'm gonna keep trying to go for the triangle, even if because sometimes I get caught in that, like, because I'm in my head I was like, oh, I can make this work. So I'm like trying to like struggle to make it work. Where actually his hand is there. I could have just like did an arm thing. But it's like I'm still always trying to go for the triangle. So it's
I feel
like
that's with like, you're gonna realize every position there's gonna be a place like which one is the safest place for you and the worst place for him. So that's what you should be aiming for. You know what I mean? Anything that happens in between is gonna be like luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'll be looking for the close guard because I've been realizing like no one really like is doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of like a under the sleeve like trick. Do you know what I mean? That I've got, and completely lost track. No,
you're I was also there, but no, you were saying about like how it's important to just always like think about like which is actually the best option for you and the worst option for them. Always being that kind of mentality. Always. Speaking of that, actually, I always wanted to talk about how different different martial arts go against each other. So if you had to say, if you just imagine you and me on the street, and you train Muay Thai and I train jiu-jitsu, how do you think that battle would go? Who do you think would win?
I don't think like there's a way of seeing that, because it will be like, what's that person's attributes? What's this person's attributes?
Say it's like equal. Okay, say you
like
twice.
76 kilo. Like
say like exactly the same version. Yeah, a clone of you. Face is a clone of you. And one of them train martial arts.
Whoever knows what the other guy trains is gonna win.
Really?
So like, if I'm fighting you, but I don't know that. So like, let's say I'm the jiu-jitsu guy, the Muay Thai guy. If I'm fighting you, and I think you're gonna do jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna be fucked. Right? If I use my jiu-jitsu to be against a Muay Thai guy,
yes, you're fucked, because immediately he starts hitting you.
No. But then if I adjust my jiu-jitsu to be fought against a guy that's doing Muay Thai, then I can get a clear chance of win.
How would you face someone who does Muay Thai from a jiu-jitsu position? Say like, they can hit you, but like you can't hit them.
The jiu-jitsu on street fight is a lot different like than the jiu-jitsu sport
on the mat. Yeah.
Have you been through? So how long have you been with us?
Like a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Have you been through the summer of us yet?
I think I went through last summer.
Last summer.
Yeah.
From what, like June?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, but yeah, I think I went.
So I don't know if you went through, but like during the summertime, we usually do self-defense class, but it's mostly psychology. Like it's how to react to different situations. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't want to fight this guy. I don't want, because I can die. Like he could push me, I bump my head, I die. Could happen to anyone. I don't want to kill this guy. Like if I kill him, I'm gonna go through court.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's long.
Long. Very long.
Yeah.
So like, I'll do everything that I can to de-escalate the situation first. See if there's a way out. If I can get away, amazing. But as soon as he starts invading my personal space, then it's completely different.
Have to fight, yeah.
Yeah, and then like in jiu-jitsu say like palms out. Do you know what I mean? Because this like, it can look very like inoffensive. Do you know what I mean? But I'm measuring distance. Do you know what I mean? As soon as he's touching any of my fingers here, I know I'm in reach for a punch on him, and he has invaded my personal space. So I can use the self-defense laws on him on that point. And of course, you wouldn't pull guard.
That's what see the memes. Like the guy just gets
exactly,
him out.
Exactly, bro. That's not happening. That's not happening. Like I'm trying to get as close and as tight to you as soon as I can, because what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be throwing. For you to throw, you need distance. If I'm tight on you, that can happen. So like, if I manage to evade, let's say you have like 3 punches before I touch you. If I manage to block them or like evade them until I get tied to you, then the cards completely change. Do you know what I mean? Like I have the advantage now. Like it's like 90-10 for me.
And when you get tied, are you chest to chest, kind of like trying to?
Anyway, it can be chest to chest, can be my head on your chest, and I'm hugging around your waist. Do you know what I mean? Anywhere here is fine.
But you're not bringing them down. You're just keeping them like standing up.
Nah, I'll see what happens. Usually, I would like try go around to the back and talk to them because they're like, right, this guy kind of knows what he's doing. Like if I'm around the back there, I could like step behind your knee, like make your knee on the floor. Like can be nasty, like. But you could also like, you could take them out, but that's like a high risk thing.
I was gonna say like, the minute you try like sweep or anything like that, you don't know what's gonna happen. Wrong.
If you fall instead of him, or like if he falls on top of you,
if he busts his head on the floor,
exactly. If you do that to yourself, like so much can go wrong. But if I need to, like it's gonna go down. Do you know what I mean? It's all about evaluating the situation. That's jiu-jitsu, man. You analyze how it's going
constantly
and how much you have to do. Because you know, you're just like, if you put max strength on something that's not gonna work, then it's gonna be useless.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same there.
Yeah.
If I put max strength like in a takedown that's not gonna work,
yeah.
why am I gonna do that?
Exactly. Yeah. You want to actually just analyze what in that situations, but like what you do even need to do that before you actually end up doing it. Do you think there is so what martial art do you think doesn't work in street fighting? What martial arts do you think is just like a bit?
I feel like if you only focus on doing one thing, I think that doesn't work in street fighting. I think you gotta be like open-minded enough to like, all right, I train way more jiu-jitsu than I ever trained Muay Thai and stuff, but I still do. Like I have other friends that do like Harvey and stuff that they do the Muay Thai downstairs. If I've got free time now, like just the kids in half term, I'll go there spar. I'll get beaten up and stuff, but like I'll get the notion of it. Do you know what I mean? So like I don't think there's like a certain martial art, like it's not like that, but jiu-jitsu has got the most of it, as I see.
Yeah.
Mostly because of this mentality, but I think this is like a Rio thing, like from Rio de Janeiro. The mentality of like everything is so chaotic that like anything that pops up in your mind that can be a danger, it can actually be a danger. So you're always aware.
Paying attention to
you're paying attention to everything. Yeah, like being an animal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Animal instincts.
Yeah, I feel like that's what like. I haven't been to a Muay Thai class, so I can't say that. I could be wrong there, but I don't feel like they teach you self-defense or like they don't teach you what to do if you're in a room in a nightclub or if you are in a bus. Do you know what I mean? Like our teachers there, they'll go through everything with you, like and show you how to do these things.
I also think like jiu-jitsu is about like de-escalation the situation, like control. That's the most important thing. It's like take as many like things that you don't know and bring it to actually I'm gonna be able to control. You can take someone from standing up to down to like, okay, I put you to sleep, but I can actually talk to you where in your position where you have to tap. Like you put in a position where you can't really do anything. So I think that's the best thing about like street fighting. It's like if you're in a street fight, if you're ever in that, like what you want is the ability to control the situation and make it turn out how you want it to turn out. Yeah. Rather than what the person wants to do. Actually, you had a story that you made once. You told me about you being involved in a street fight.
We've got loads, bro. Like,
do you wanna talk to me about then how you got through it?
There's like
one that you can talk about.
It's on the bus. Famous. That's the most famous one. The bus one.
Go on. I've not heard this one, you know.
Bro, like this guy came in the bus and like started talking shit to me.
Yeah.
I was like,
was he drunk or was he just like?
I don't know. Like it's in the middle of the day, so I don't know how the guy could be drunk.
Yeah.
But like, it was much taller guy than me, much heavier than me. It's like I'm a bit like what the fuck. But I'm here. And then as he goes down to go to his bus stop, as he's going exit, I see him talking crazy stuff to people downstairs as well. And I hear women screaming and stuff. And then I get there, I run there. And then he goes, like, I'm like, bro, you can't be doing this stuff. Like, I'm telling him, bro, you can't be doing this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, what are you going to do? And then got very close. Then I kicked, because, like, that time the bus door was opening. So I kicked him, like, on his chest. And then he came back running. I kicked him again, like a teep kick. Yeah, and then he came inside the bus, bro. I did like a oneer here. Yeah. And then when I went for this hook, I hit the fucking rail thing, the pole to press on. Yeah. Man, I hit my hand and I'm doing this and I look at him. He was like kind of hurt of the first strike. Yeah. And then I see him here like this. I get hold of him and then I start like kneeing him. Yeah. I did like good like 3 knees to his chest, like belly. Yeah. And then he managed to like pushes me and I end up on my back on the seats. You know what I mean? Trapped like that. Yeah. But bro, he comes in and I have a triangle like this. And I'm like, this is my time. This is how we're gonna shine. I get the triangle. No way. Then some lady appears from upstairs. Yeah. And she told me later she works as security guard in a police station. So she gets the people like stop fight. She got down there like started like telling him, get off him, get off him. And
It's
so,
like,
like
I'm
the
nearly
guy
about to
run
win.
away. Yeah, like she
Ah.
pulls it apart, the guy run away. And then the bus driver came back to
That
me
was
like,
crazy.
this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So you had a triangle on him on the bus. That's
Yeah,
fucking
man.
hilarious.
Fuck.
That's when you know, like, the jiu-jitsu has been paying off. Like, when you can see it before it even happens, you're like, this is a
But man, I've been in worse situations that I've seen way before it happened. Like this is not nice that it had to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if this situation ended up in me saying, bro, this is not nice. Like don't talk to people like that. Like and him leaving.
That's better.
That's way better. Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to end up having to do that.
Exactly. But like, what other situation can I tell you? Oh, when the guy, like, because I used to work at a chicken shop.
Yeah.
Guy got in, started throwing stuff at people.
Yeah.
And I was downstairs doing KP, like kitchen porter. Came upstairs, there's only women. He called all the women bitches and stuff. Like the women calling the police. And like he's doing a mess. And I'm trying to get him out. And I'm with my arms out, like measuring distance like this. And then he takes like 3 steps towards me. But the problem is, he's like picking up his pants.
Yeah.
Like we could see after in the video, he's picking up his pants. But what I see is a guy putting my hands back. I think he's got a knife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I see him walking, poof. I got one, and then got him down, knee on belly, held until the police came. Bro, the police got there. They're like, yeah, get off him. And I'm on mount, holding his hands up. I'm like, have you got him? They're like, yeah. Then I got knee on belly, get out.
Yeah.
And bro, like, took like 10 police guys to hold him. And like, they couldn't cuff him.
That's crazy.
And like, I remember them trying to take information out of him. So they took his card out of his pocket to see his name. Bro, as they took the card out, he bit the card and started eating like the card apart, bro. Like crazy. So either that guy, he was definitely on drugs, mad drugs.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's mad drugs. And like, so yeah, the police had to call like the ambulance to get this like the strap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get him onto that.
On, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's wild.
That's good.
Yeah. But like a few weeks after that, I'm in the shop doing till. 3 guys walk in, and I see I kind of recognize the guy, but he's at the back of the 3. And like the first one comes in, and he's like, oh, yeah, just trying to see your menu, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, yeah, I just gotta, one sec, I'm gonna go talk to my manager. So I went down, and then my manager came up, and like, I told my manager, like, bro, can you do that order there for me? Because I didn't want to make anyone scared of the situation, you know what I mean? Because this guy that was asking, this guy stayed there, and the guy that I knew went to the toilet, which was like down the hall. Yeah. So then I'm waiting downstairs. I wait around like 10 minutes, and then my manager comes back down. I was like, oh, why are you not upstairs? Like, oh, the guy's gone. Like, yeah, well, they're your friends. They're asking for you. Like, they're asking, oh, where's that guy? Like, I want to take my order from him. And then he's like, no, but I can take your order, just like he does. And then the guys didn't order anything. So like,
they're obviously there for you.
Bro,
that's crazy.
They could have jumped me there. Fuck. Yeah, they could have killed me or like punch me up. Do you know what I mean?
That's some crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
That's some fucking crazy shit. That the fact that you came back with like friends, that's what makes it so mad when you're in a street fight.
Yeah, but you always gotta be aware, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when these things happen, like you gotta know that you're in a hot spot now. Do you know what I mean? The guy knows where you work. It's hard shit.
Yeah. You mentioned Rio de Janeiro, and that's where you grew up. Talk to me about Brazil. What was that like growing up there, and like what was some of the stuff you learned? Maybe about like how to carry yourself and how how is it compared to London?
Man, Brazil is funny because I was there because I was too young when I was there. Came here I was 14, but I was in Italy when I was 10 to just 12. So like in total I must have lived like 10 years in Brazil, but all of it as little teenager, like 1 year as a teenager or 2 years as a teenager, and the rest all as a kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't experience.
Have you been back
much.
as an adult, or was it?
I have. Okay. I've been there. It's quite funny because like, if you see how the situation turned out, like my friends from there, some of them are like in gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing crazy stuff. But like we treat each other like the little kids we were, like so crazy. But yeah, I've been there twice now. planning to go again. But yeah, I feel like London is way more dangerous. Like,
You think so?
For a male that lives here, I don't know a female because I'm not a female, so like, I can't speak on that much. But like for a male between, let's say, 15 years old to you're like 21, 22, it's so dangerous. I don't know if it's like our face, like that you look like
it's just, I think, it's mad, isn't it? It's
you're
just,
beatable, do you know what I mean?
literally,
like, and
it's
everyone
just-
wants to take advantage of you.
yeah.
And like everyone wants to fight you.
Everyone wants to fight you.
Yeah,
like
and
you have to
if
always
you-
have your guard up. when you're
Yeah,
walking
and if
outside.
you don't avoid these things, you might have died when you were 16. Do you know what I mean? Wasted
literally.
your life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about like those situation on the bus here, on the train,
Yeah.
and me and my friend was speaking in Portuguese. These two guys come in with masks, and like the train's packed, and they're like, one is sat down, one's standing up, this bigger one's standing up, and they're like looking at us. But I carried on speaking Portuguese to not like get it, like to not make them understand that I was aware of them. And then they started speaking gibberish, like to try and mock us. You know what I mean? To try and play with us. But I faked that I didn't understand, so I just carried on. And my friend, he's clueless because he doesn't understand much English. So we're talking, and then the guy that sat down was like, "Oh, what about those guys that were back there?" And they're like, the other guy's like, "Nah, man, they got those lousy birds." That's what they said. They got those lousy birds over there. It's not worth it. And then the guy sat down, was like, "What about these two here? Did this and this thing?
And you
What about these two?" And I was clocking it. And then we were meant to get off a Green Park.
Yeah.
And like as soon as we got to Westminster, I know as well the Wi-Fi cuts. So like you'd be extra fucked. Do you know what I mean? And then we got there. The woman that was next to my friend got up to leave. As she's like passing in front of my friend and in front of me, this guy's going to sit down next to my friend. So like to maybe start like robbing us or like talk shit, try to get us in fighting. But as I see that happen, I stand up like right before the guy sat down sees me. So like the woman is covering me. I stood up.
Yeah.
She went, and I went right behind her. My friend was just following me, so he just went. And then as we got off, I was like, no, but it's not here. So I need to wait for the next train. What the fuck do you mean? It's like, bro, you don't know what just happened. Like, I just took you out of a crazy one.
I just saved your life,
man.
bro. You don't understand.
But that's jiu-jitsu. That's what
I was gonna say,
like, superpower.
That's the time when you can see the moves like three steps ahead. Yeah, you can see what's going to happen.
You're fighting for your life. That's it.
Fuck, man. It's crazy on both ends. Like you were saying before about how it's like in London. Like that's so true. I think I was desensitized to it because I grew up in a place where that was just what it was.
Yeah,
like
it's so scary though.
Like even young as a kid, I remember as a kid, people asking you where you're from and that being a thing where you're
like pressing you up and stuff.
You're like, bro, I'm just coming from school, but
what
you just
mean where I'm from? Where my dad rented, bro. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I got a choice.
Exactly. Like I don't choose to be here,
Exactly.
but like obviously because they're in that world. They think you're in that world just because, like you were saying, you're in that age group. Because you look like that. Maybe they think that, you know someone that isn't that.
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's actually
scary,
insane.
like, the social... Like, because if you think the social system, is just a thought thing. Because what actually is individuals, do you know what I mean? Like, what's socially going on here is between just me and you. Because like we can cut out any shit, do you know what I mean? Like it can be we just interacting with each other right now. There's not much. But like these guys have got a thought so like malicious, and they've tried, like, it's because humans are tribal, right? So like they see these things and they think that's what I saw the most, like in Brazil and in here. They think being a gangster is being a man. Like all the little kids think, like 10 years old, 12 years old, they think that's what's being a man.
100%.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's like getting your shit together, making your money, and like being able to be alive. Do you know what I mean? Without stressing that much.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I always think about this a lot too, because it's like they get like power confused with like competence. They get like, oh, I can do something to you, confused with like, I'm actually a big person. Like,
Exactly. It doesn't
you know?
matter. Like that doesn't matter.
I think that's what you realize when you do jiu-jitsu is like, no, bro, it's actually being able to control yourself. Like being able to have the control, like you should be able to do it if you have to do it, you know, like you've done on the buses.
Exactly.
If you need to do it, you should be able to do it. But like most of the time, you just be like, I'm just chill. I don't want to even do anything. I just want to get...
Exactly. Why would I need that?
Yeah, well, exactly. That doesn't need to affect your ego. You know what I mean? I think, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I think there's a lot of like, that could be a whole podcast in itself about like how people, especially like you were saying, society is viewed in a way which I think in certain areas like Rio and in London, where it's like power dominates and people think like if I'm more powerful, if I join a gang, I'm part of this gang now. I feel bad about myself. I can roll over, I can hurt people because
it's so sad, because like it's like I feel like when I was a kid, I had the opportunity to watch like some cartoon or whatever, like Superman, and like he saves the world, and like, oh, I want to be like that. Like these kids had the same situation, but like with something super bad.
Yeah,
and they
100%.
thought that's it.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do,
dude. And I remember like being a certain age and people asking. See, I was lucky in it because I always read when I was a kid. Even though I was good football, I always read. And so when they would see people, I remember me and my friends being like, oh, they'll be like, oh, come, like work for them. But because I was always reading, they'll be like, oh, no, you go and read in it. Because, you know, you're just like,
nice.
So I got lucky. They were just like, oh, you go and read because I know that you're supposed to be book smart. You're supposed to be smart in it. So I got separated. For my friends were into that lifestyle easy because they were just there like, well, what else are you going to do? You might as well come work for us. And that's how it starts. You know, that's really, really sad, man. But anyway, moving from that, I want to just talk about to kind of wrap this up, how we kind of view like things in life, you know, like how you view mortality and how you view like that's a big question. But I always like to ask people big questions like this just to kind of get their perspective on stuff like this. So what is before that, link it in two questions in one. First of all, why do you own snakes? Why do you own snakes? Why is that a thing?
That can link a lot with the mortality aspect.
But also,
because, it's not because I don't own snakes. It's like I like to have an animal to care for, but just because that reminds me what I am. Like we are literally like what's the difference
that's
between...
a good point. That's a good point.
Like I've got fishes, right? I've got guppies. What's the difference between that male guppy and that female guppy? They want to like do stuff to each other. They want to get babies. What's the difference between me and him and you?
Well, we got consciousness. To push back.
That's the only thing. But that's just because I have a theory on that, which is like that's just because we write books. Like if we couldn't store that much information. To pass on, like because what they learn that resets like what's there,
every single time.
Maybe the baby will see the dad doing something and they'll pick up on that. But what if it's looking the other way and they'll pick up on that?
Yeah, he doesn't realize.
It's not. There's not a manual for them. You know what I mean? So it's all instinctive. So if you think about it, that instinct that we said in jiu-jitsu, the flow, right? The Taoism. These things, they're in trance, like they're in flow the full time. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. And so like it goes deep. It goes even further than just it starts when we start like looking at things and like information and all that stuff there. Okay.
Yeah, gotta realize how small we are. Do you know what I mean? Like these animals, it's all the same. It's all connected. Like if you die, like on the mortality thing, I don't feel like we're going anywhere after death.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? I literally think you just die.
Just die.
Like, I think we think higher of ourselves because we can have these type of conversations with big words. But other than that, we're just like the turtle, bro.
Yeah. Do you think like, because it's an idea that I've been thinking about a lot, right? Which is like, where do souls come from then? Like, the fact that me and you have a soul is just different from each other. We don't even know.
What's the soul? What do you mean? Because that's not a scientific thing.
It's not a scientific thing. But there's an essence of like that thing that the
That's the
individual
personality.
Yes.
You mean personality?
But it's like also individual. Like it's personality, but personality you could be something. But the fact that you've got a blank slate when you start as a kid, you know, when a kid is born and starts crying, and then you just leave that kid alone, and it starts showing itself different from another kid. It's like
personality.
Personality, yeah. But I guess the reason I don't like using the word personality, I think personality is too. That can be explained by
general, yeah. I feel you.
But it's always more deeper. It's like before we even born, we have that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think it's all your product of your own environment. Do you know what I mean? Like you're gonna be born and you're gonna react to whatever's going on. Like, because you don't gain consciousness until like 4. So like that thing of being born with a soul before, that's just.
You don't think that's true?
Yeah.
You just think it's just something. Yeah, just something we make up to make us bigger than we are.
Yeah, I just feel like it's all because of these, because we don't want to die. Like, no one wants to die, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
And so they want to try and make it beautiful, but it's not. Like, it ends, man. Like, that's the beauty of it. Like, you've got to live to die. Like, we've chose here today to be together, and this is a precious thing because it's a one-off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could leave here and die. Like, the car like crashes on me. Do you know what I mean?
This happened. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of it. Like, doing the most things that you want to do for yourself. So, like, what really brings you joy? Do you know what I mean? Like, I really like to get home, watch my fish. Like, I really like to get home and maybe clean the snake. That's a lie. I hate but like, if I hone these things, like the more I do them, I feel like that's what gets into your soul. Do you know what I mean? That's what builds you up. Like, that's gonna be your personality at the end of the day. The thing you do most, that's you. That's you.
who you are. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What do you love about snakes then, if not cleaning the snake pit?
It's still like not the snake thing. It was just the animal.
So it's more animals for you.
Like, yeah.
What do you love about animals then? Is it because they remind you of ourselves?
Yeah, of us. Like, you can see how insignificant you can be as well.
But you're not like vegan or vegetarian.
Nah.
So there's limits to it.
Yeah, like there's like, because we're definitely predators. That means we're gonna have to eat something. You know what I'm saying? Either that be a giraffe or that be a cow. Then it's up to you. But like, cow is more economic for us, so that's why we do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
okay. To wrap this up, then, what's some advice that you would give to someone in jiu-jitsu, but also in life, about how to live that kind of life that you're talking about, where it's like the more you do stuff that you like, the more you develop that soul. But yeah, what advice would you give someone on how to live a good life? Maybe also like how to become a good jiu-jitsu practitioner, but also like.
Well, I'm trying that.
So yeah,
don't know much about it. Yeah.
The fact that you're trying, the fact that you do 6 days a week, bro, that's like.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's, you know, you learn some shit after a while about that, you know.
But I feel like just train. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to go, even doing it shit is better than not doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you go in there and get mauled by everyone, it's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And yeah, keep going. Keep finding whatever makes you smile. Do you know what I mean? Like I like my cats because like they would be doing the silliest thing. Like, there's nothing going on in their head, and like it's so goofy, and I'll smile. Like, that will bring me joy. You know what I mean? That's the same energy like a little child brings in when she enters the room, and like everyone's a bit silly. Like, find these things. What are these things for you? Do you know what I mean? What's gonna make you look in life and like for a second you forget everything that's going on wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can actually smile genuinely. You're like, wow, this is the beauty of life.
I love that. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Bro, you're the man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for watching. This has been amazing. Good luck on your fight, obviously.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
a couple of days time. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. And then until next time. Peace.